education is supposed to open doors and not close them. But for many part-time students today, the rising cost of schooling is becoming a major barrier. Welcome to Training Podcast, where we break down real issues affecting everyday people. Today, we are talking about the growing cost of education and how it's hitting the part-time students hard. Join me today as my guest, Ikoyi Boy, will be unpacking what really is going on. Ikoyi Boy, welcome to Training Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. I really appreciate it.
It's good to have you here, and we've been seeing your activities online. We want to say well done.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about yourself and your experience as a part-time student.
Okay, firstly, let me start by introducing myself again. I'm Ikoyi Boy on TikTok. So I'm Ikoyi Boy on TikTok, and also a content creator part-time as well. I'm a working class and also at the same time a part-time student. And the main reason I'm working at the same time schooling is because it's not everybody that has that financial stability to study full time. So most of us actually to do something so that we can fund our education.
So tell me your experience as a part-time student.
Oh, my experience as a part-time student has been, let me say, good, and at the same time, has also been a very big challenge. From the 100 level till date. The way they see part-times these days, they see us as just working class, but they don't see us as people who are struggling. We have different categories of people in that part-time. Some maybe because they were not given admission directly into the full-time, so they have to divert into the part-time. And there are some, they don't have the financial capacity to go for the full-time, so they will have to go for the part-time. And there are some, they have sponsors, while some does not have sponsors. So it's a very big challenge on those who are not financially okay.
Okay, thank you. So what does the rising cost of education means to you, actually, from your own experience?
Okay, firstly, according to the things we have been hearing from when we were young, they do say education is the key. But now, if the key to open certain things are expensive, that means you are limiting the number of people that will actually access the key. So now it's not like education is now the key now. The fund to now get the key, to get the access, is now like a very big challenge for those who can afford and those who cannot afford as well.
How is the part-time experience different from the full-time when it comes to finances?
Okay, I remember, I think that was 2020 or 2021 when I applied for the full-time. Then I had the school
That
fees.
was in 2021?
Yeah, in 2021. The school fees then was around 90,000 naira, if I'm not mistaken. Why for the stream 1, I guess, and the stream 2 is around 120 or 130,000 naira. And the reason why the stream 2 was 130 is because they also have other activities they do apart from just the education aspect alone. So, and for the part-time, when we were admitted, we paid 120,000 naira. We paid 120,000 naira. So unfortunately, I saw the thing started going from 120 to 150, from 150 to 220. I know the school will run the academics with funds, but at the same time, we need to also look at the capacity of people to understand, okay, even though we are going to increase part-time school fees, it shouldn't be beyond what they can actually afford, because we are not the same. All fingers are not equal.
Exactly.
So the difference is very, very clear. Very, very clear.
Okay. Do you know people who had dropped out or paused their studies in the course of this hike in school fees?
Oh, my three siblings are actually part of the victim because
So you are directly affected.
I'm affected. Yes, I'm also affected because now I have three siblings. I told them personally that I will want you to come to LASU because I won't lie to you, LASU is one of the greatest school here in Lagos State that you can ever attend the part-time or the full-time because there are a lot of things you will actually gain by coming to LASU. But uh, now I was like, okay, your the school fees, I think we can afford the school fees. Then I think the school fees was 220. Okay, and this my siblings, the way they work, I have worked in the place they work, and I know how they make money.
Can you give us their age range?
Their age range, one should be around 18, the second one should be around 20, while the third one should be around 21. So looking at that age range on a normal circumstances here in Nigeria as at now, those age are supposed to be funded by the parents, not that they will be the one to fund themselves
in school.
And I also started my own the same way they did because when I was 18 years old, I've also been working just to be able to pay my school fees and also survive as well. So my family is also affected.
So what kind of sacrifices are students making to just stay in school?
A lot, oh, a lot. Like they are doing a lot. Like me now, I have to sacrifice my work time sometimes because I'm working in an organization which is not owned by me. And there's now you'll be working in an organization that there will not be rule guiding the organization. Now imagine me now coming to school and I'll just tell the authority, please, I have to take 2 days off. I won't be in school on Fridays and Saturdays. Those money is going to be deducted from my salary no matter what. Imagine 10,000 naira. Yes, I'm very serious. 10,000 naira be deducted for just 1 day absent.
That's a lot.
So it's actually a lot. So those sacrifice of losing money to come to school. Okay, now we already know that is what we are going to face. But now coming to school, sometimes the lectures might not hold. Sometimes you might just say, okay, the lectures has been postponed, or sometimes we have online lectures and you see some of them referring to, oh, you are part-time, okay, I'm having time for the full-time, not the part-time. We are all students, everybody are all students. It's because of the circumstance that makes some full-time and makes some part-time.
So how realistic is it for an average working student to afford this fee?
Oh, it is not.
Is it something that you think is sustainable in the long run?
It is not. That is the main reason why I made the video in the first place. Because sometimes the first pay might be very easy. Because you will know, okay, I'm actually going into this. Some has been planning to this school fees since 6 months ago. Because they already know, okay, they are going to gain admission. So they are already planning on how to pay the first school fees. Why some, after paying medical and acceptance fee, some of them might not be able to pay this because I'm also how would I say it, a victim of that as well. So for me to come out and speak out is because of the things I've gone through. Like now, my 100 level first semester, I wasn't able to do my exam. I have to go for a deferment. Why? Because I wasn't able to
meet up with
the payment. I already paid my medical and acceptance fee, pay for other how would I say it? Let me just say other charges and other stuff. So for me to raise school fees was now a very big problem. So I had my friends were doing their exam while I was at work, not even at home. Still also in that, okay, even though if I cannot meet up with the first semester, I should be able to meet up with the second semester. So some people might be able to get that first 360,000 naira, but won't be able to continue.
So I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
And how is this hike in school fees? How is it affecting part-time students mentally and emotionally?
Okay, let me put it this way. Imagine you preparing yourself for a certain amount of money, and you just like you've prepared yourself. Okay, this is the amount I want to pay. Then after a while, you just add the school fees as multiply. The first thing that will come to your mind is, how will I raise this amount, which will now make you start having sleepless nights for you to concentrate at work. Now, this one is not even, don't even let me bring it to the school fees side now. Me coming to school as a part-time, there are sometimes I will be broke. So they say that the only thing that will be in my mind is how
To survive.
to survive and how to get transport to come to school. So a lot of students will borrow loans, borrow money, to the extent that even though their own salary themselves is not up to what they can use to sustain for the month.
And when we are looking at the minimum wage, it's not.
And looking at the minimum wages, it's off. I won't lie to you, it is off. Because if you just look at accommodations like shelters, we should not even talk. Food alone is consuming a lot. Now, if you are talking about food, the houses you are living now, house rent is not something. Before they will tell you to leave your comfort zone. Now, if you are going to leave your comfort zone, you need to be
You need to
you need
think
to think twice. Because your comfort zone that you are living is like you going to barrack, and if you see that it does not pay you, you will still come back home, because the house rent now is not smiling to anybody. It's not being friendly, and food food price,
Cost of food.
cost of food too is it's really affecting. I have one of my sister, when I told her, okay, your school fees now is 350 for 3 days, like she was sick to the extent that we had to buy drug. Because imagine I told my friends, I've gained admission. They should now ask me, why am I not going to school again? I should say, because of the school fees. So I cannot. So those things will now start bringing different thoughts to their heart that it might be causing different this from the. If you should look at 60% of these students you are seeing, most of them are already developing hypertension. This one is not about joke, or maybe I'm not framing anybody. Go and check. In our own this, we are paying 120. With the 120 we are paying, looking at this economy, I still have more than 3-4 of my friends that still drop out with 120.
And
So
they're still struggling
and they are still struggling.
to make that school fees payment.
We have some that did not do, like did not even partake in this exam because they were not able to meet up this school fees.
Wow.
So imagine they will now be paying 350.
That would be a lot.
A lot.
A lot of pressure, financial pressure on them.
Big one.
So, do you think part-time students are being overlooked? Do you think the school management is being fair on part-time students with the kind of school fees price they place on education?
To me, I think nowadays education is like a way to generate income, which I won't say is not good. But at the same time, you do need to look at people, look at the economy we are. Most of these things, a lot of them won't be able to talk. Why? Because they themselves, they know that this money is too much. But they're just like, okay, let's try. I told one of my friends, I said, if this student should pay 350, in the next 4 years, most of my siblings that are still even planning on coming won't be able to attend, because by then maybe school fees will be around 1 million naira. So that means if you are collecting 100,000 naira, you are not going anywhere. And it's not even in Lagos State alone. Most especially state universities, their part-time and the full-time, the way they increased their school fees is too it's too much. It's too much. That is why you see a lot of youth now going into fraud. Why? Because they cannot sustain. I said something in my video. I said the way some of us can work also to make money, some people does not have that. They don't have that courage. So the only thing they can get, okay, you have someone that is making $50, $100, $200, and you are struggling with work of 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, teaching job. They will always want to go for the high pay, because from there they can able to live the kind of lifestyle, the kind of life they want to live.
So, what are part-time students doing about this situation? Are they speaking up? Is there any plan that you guys have, made to see how things can be reviewed? This price hike can be reviewed.
Okay, firstly, let me put it this way. I said something. I said, me making the video, at first, I wasn't planning to make it go viral. I am not even, I didn't even expect the video to go viral. But there is always something about God. Whenever He has to do something with something, you won't be the one to push it. He's the one to push it. Now, if it's not because I'm affected in one way or the other, I won't lie. There might be a
But
tendency
you
that
said you have siblings that are affected. We have three siblings
yes,
that are affected by this school
school
fees
fees.
hike.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said if it's that I'm not affected in one way or the other, me too, I'll just be like, they increase the school fees. Okay. And
Just move on.
everybody is going to move on because nobody is talking. Now in our admission form, there is a place that we are not meant to protest. Which to me too, I won't agree on protest because protest might either lead to two things. Is either it leads to them sending some student away, or is either reviewing that thing. So, and we don't know where the protest is going to go to. So now, as a communicator, the only platform you have is social media. So now, if we cannot protest, there should be a way for us to plead to the school management and the state themselves that okay, this school fees is this expensive. Please, is there a way you can help us? It's just by pleading, not until you start raising violent voice before your voice will be heard. No, you don't need to raise voice. Yeah, we no go gree. No, it's not about we no go gree. You might say we no go gree, and they will tell you, okay, since that is what you want to do, and we will tell you we too. We can do more. We can let you know that okay, we are the one that has the power. So, but we coming and pleading to the government, we are not fighting. Please help us review this thing. I think if we should have a system whereby the part-time students can also come together. Whenever there is something, this one is not about having a society of maybe they want to be fighting. There should be strictly rules that you must not protest.
So I want to ask you a question now. So is it only social media you think your voice can be heard? Don't you think you needed to engage the school management or engage the government to see how intervention can, the government can intervene in this situation and see how the school fees can be reduced? Because as you know, we all know that it's not a private, it's a public university.
Yes.
And it's a government-owned university. And government-owned university should be affordable.
Affordable, yeah.
So, me, my own opinion anyway, I don't think the only way you can get that massive attention can be
only
but you also need to engage.
Yeah.
It's fine if you can advocate for a review. It's fine. But there should be an engagement with the school authority or with the government authority to see how intervention to make life a bit bearable for students, because the financial pressure is getting too much for part-time students.
Yeah. But okay, so let me go into.
I don't know how you want to react to that.
So let me go into that. For that to for us to accomplish that, we will need the support of people. And some people will never speak up. Now imagine, okay, they had our voice that we are complaining about something. They should ask 2-3 students. Some of them will tell you they are fine by it. Then they will now ask you, why are you now complaining when some people are telling you they are fine by it? So from there now, it will look as if we are the one just doing some things that is just okay. We just want to please ourselves. We just want to do some things. But because when I started going through my comments, some things people will never say in your front, because we human beings, I don't know this mentality of being scared. We are always scared to speak up.
We are docile.
We are always scared to speak up. So none of them will want to speak up. They will tell you, no, I don't want to get into trouble. Nobody is getting into trouble. We are just pleading. It's not that you are spoiling the face of people. So if there is not good communication, if there is not a way everybody is going to come together as one to do most things, it will never.
What are the practical solutions to this problem?
Practical solution to the problem is for everybody to speak up. One man's voice cannot do it alone. If it's only one person that is talking, what they will just tell you is that one, that guy, his own is too much.
Or you are the only one affected?
Are you the only one affected? With this video, a lot of people have said, what's your business? Blah. Did they tell you they cannot pay the school fees? I'm like, I'm affected. I understand. If you don't understand, because most of these people, they have people sponsoring them. And now ask one, I said, now imagine, God forbid, the enemy of the person sponsoring you, the person just lose his or her life. How do you want to continue? But imagine the school fees is reduced to the amount that you can just hustle yourself way around
and continue.
Well, now if the person sponsoring you now just lose his or her life, now how do you want to continue? There is no way. So everybody just have to talk. Everybody have to talk, because if one person is talking, they'll say, okay, I think it's only just one person the thing is affecting, not all of them. Okay, just let us slide it. But if 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people are talking, portraying on just one thing, that we want this, I think there will be solution.
So if you could speak directly to the school authority or government official, what will you be telling them?
And firstly, we won't, how will I say it, go away from the topic we are actually dealing with, which is bringing down the school fees. So there is one thing I understand about communication, is that the way you approach people depends on how they will also respond. So if you are going with them with the art of, okay, this kind of emotions, that this is what we are going through, this is what is happening, and we want you to do this for us. They are also human beings. And there's something that is actually funny about people, is that they might just not listen to you at that particular time. But if they should get home, some of them will just sit down and, okay, I think we need to calm down and understand what these people are going through. From there, solution will start coming up. So firstly, I think communicating with them in a good manner, and try to give them the benefit, the advantage and disadvantage of the increment as well, because this thing, it will make some people do what they don't want to do. There will be some people that are already having this plan of, okay, I think for me to get this school fees now, I need to at least go for hookup. If I should sleep with four, 5 people, if they should give me 30,000, 50,000, I will pay. From there, that one now might actually contact HIV, and will still pass it to the economy. Will pass it to the people. That one now is one way of the thing going to affect people. And two, that's the reason why frauds are much now, because everybody wants to survive. So the only opportunity for you to survive might be scamming other people, and they will do it. That is why you say use are spoiling our faces out there. What is the main source of the problem? The source of the problem is not being treated. So them too, they will always want to find their way to get out of whatever they are into. So they will want to do fraud. So we will let them know the advantage, disadvantage, and give them a proper, and let me see, just say communication, to an extent that they themselves will be able to reason with us and
see how intervention can reduce the price of school fees.
So we know the thing might not be instantly. It might not be instantly. Like now, a lot of them already started paying the school fees. But there is a way they can review it to the extent that, okay, the next one you'll be paying, we have reduced it to maybe 250 or 220. Now you can now continue your life. Because this will not allow some to focus academically, because I will be thinking on how some will drop out, and some will be thinking, okay, how will I get school fees? And you have a place you are working at, because you call us a working class. If I'm thinking of how to find money to pay school
School
fees.
fees.
At the same time, I'll be looking for money to eat. Okay, now my house rent is due. So almost like 3 to 5 things in one head. Before you know it, the person might even get sacked from where it's working.
So, my final question for you is going to be: what kind of advice, what kind of word of encouragement do you want to be giving part-time students out there that are watching this podcast?
The first thing I will say is, firstly, don't have one stream of income, because even though the school fees is being reviewed, some might still not even going to be able to afford it. So they need to have multiple sources of income, and at the same time be able to speak up, because
Don't be on the fence.
yeah, they must be able to speak up that okay, this we are going through this, we are going through this, because a lot of things will be going on, and it's like we sitting down here now. If I'm hungry and I didn't tell you, you won't know if I'm hungry or not.
Exactly.
But if I tell you, oh, I'm hungry, then you will be aware that okay, this person is hungry. Now the management might not even know what is going on. That okay, these people, the money we increased is affecting them.
the students.
Where everybody is
Just
going, you will see one drive expensive car. When some lecturer said is even okay, we increase the money. It's what it's because some are using things that are expensive. So you need to speak up. Let them know, okay, this is this, this is it, this is it. So the management might not know what is going on. And they'll just think we are fine by it. But if we can speak
in one voice.
in one voice, they will hear us. They will surely hear us.
Education should not be a privilege reserved for few. When the cost keeps rising, we risk the shutting out of people who are trying to build a better future for themselves. Thank you, Ikoyi Boy, for coming here on our podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me
I
as
look
well.
forward to see you some other time.
No problem.
So everyone listening, this conversation does not need to end here. If you are affected by this issue, your voice matters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Trending Podcast for more real conversations. Until next time, my name is Big Sam. See you next time.